Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your host, Ish. Welcome back to another episode of Just Like the Podcast. I got my buddy Eric here. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Okay, so I just want to bring awareness to self-care because I feel like a lot of people don't do self-care, and it's just like a whole bunch of crazy people out here running these streets, just anti-self-carelessness. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, but it makes sense. I think we all understand what you mean.
Yeah, so what steps do you take for self-care, Eric?
I take a lot of steps. You know what? Honestly, right now that I think about it, I don't take enough steps. I don't.
Okay, but what
do
are the
self-care.
few steps that you take?
I think a lot about my day before I start it. I feel like that's one of the most important things you got to do in order to like get your day started. You got to be aware.
Well, like plan it out type shit?
Not plan it out, but be in touch with how you feel. Think about how you want to feel throughout the day. I saw a video one time of this one guy where in the video he says something about like, yeah, I like to plan how I'm gonna feel for the day because after all we're not like we're human beings.
He likes to plan how he
we're not human
how he wants to
doings.
feel?
We're human beings. Like it's not about what I want to do throughout the day. It's about how I want to feel.
Human doings?
Yeah, we're not human doings. We're human beings. Like
I guess that's a perspective to look at it. I never looked at it like
I'm
that.
not even sure if that's how he said it. I think I'm tripping right now. But like yeah, like it's how you want to feel. Plan out how you want to feel. Plan like an emotion for the day and seek it.
It makes sense.
You know?
So speak your emotion into existence. I can see that.
Yeah, speak the
Because
shit
like
into
lately I've
existence.
been like super happy and I just be like, damn, I'm happy, I'm the happiest person, and then I just been like just rocking with that. Like, hey, I'm happy, so I trick my brain into thinking I'm happy all the time, so therefore I'm happy.
Yeah, like if you smile like at least 3 times a day at a random person
Yeah.
and you maintain that habit, you
Yeah.
will trick your brain into it.
Yeah, you know what pisses me off? Someone to tell me, how are you doing? I'll tell them, I'm doing very good. How are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm doing all right. Life's good. You shouldn't be upset. And then she's like, nah, you can always find a reason to be upset. And I'm like, damn, pessimistic
Why can't you find a
ass.
reason to be happy?
Pessimistic ass. Yeah, it makes me not even want to talk to the person after that. But I try to, me being a wholesome person, I just try to look out for people's best interests.
Yeah, you have to. You have to also wish well upon others too. You have to.
I guess that's a part of
you can't-
self-care
you can't
too, huh?
be- Yeah, that's a huge part of self care. Like if you're looking at other people's success in a negative way, what's coming to you?
Okay, what's a negative way to look at someone's success?
People get bitter and fucking greedy
The
when you're doing
haters,
good.
the
Like,
haters.
yeah, the fucking haters. You gotta keep them out. You gotta lock the door on them motherfuckers. You be like, nope, shut that shit out of here. Get.
The haters. We're dodging
Away
the
from-
haters 2020, everyone.
No, yeah, me personally, I feel like I don't take enough steps into self care. Just so like anyone listening is aware, we did have this conversation, Ishmael and myself, somewhat recently. And since then, I have been taking steps to.
That's good, man.
Better
What steps
myself.
have you been taking? Let's hear it.
I'm not like ashamed or whatever about it, but I had somewhat of an alcohol problem. I was drinking at least
Dude, you had an
one beer
alcohol-
every day.
You had an alcohol problem.
At least one beer every day, and since then I've cut back on that. Great, like at least this week. What day of the week is it? It's a Wednesday, but
Yeah.
since the weekend, like since the beginning of last week, I haven't had any alcohol.
That's good. So you went from one beer a day to
At least one beer a day.
damn.
At least.
At least. I don't know what is it about alcohol? Because I'm not like a huge drinker. Like I get it gives you like a little boost, right?
Yeah, it does. But I think one of the things for me is that as soon as I hit 21, even before I hit 21, it was like, well, all of my friends are doing it. Fuck it, and we would go out and we would have such a good time.
You got influenced?
And it's the chemistry in the brain.
Peer
It's-
pressured.
It's not even the peer pressure.
I don't
It's
let
like,
nobody peer pressure me. I call them out. They try to peer pressure me. I'm like, dude, why the fuck you peer pressuring me?
personally speaking, I think it's like if you grow up in a certain area. I grew up in
Mm.
downtown LA. I knew a lot of people that were drinking. I saw drinking, growing
That's
up.
everywhere
It was
though.
it was an environment for me,
That's global. That's a global.
Yeah,
matter.
it's global, and how many people fall into it? Way too many.
Million, probably billions.
Way too many. And not enough people will admit that they have an issue with it.
Yeah, it's just me personally. I don't like getting hooked on anything. I don't even like drinking coffee like that because I know I'll
Yeah, I
get
don't drink
hooked.
coffee.
Like if I start drinking coffee, I'm going to get hooked. It's gonna become a necessity to my body, and I don't like anything. Like even when smoking weed, like last year I was smoking weed every night, and I needed it.
Hold on. I want to ask you, what is your take on smoking pot in terms of self-care? Because I feel like a lot of people, we live in California,
Yeah, okay.
everybody. We live in California,
So
and
everybody's
it
gonna
is,
hate me for what I'm about to say.
it's legal,
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Well, it depends on the person. Like some people are good and can function properly, and it makes them a better person. And it doesn't work like that for me. I think smoking for me personally, it gives me anxiety. I sound like a geek, but yeah, it gives me anxiety. I just think way too much. I overanalyze situations. I'm in a deep thought. Sometimes I get fucking paranoid. And that is why I was only doing it in the night, just when like I only did it when I was completely done with everything. Like I had absolutely nothing to do. Like once I smoked, I was done. Don't hit me up. Don't talk to me. Don't text me. I'm not getting out of my bed. I'm chilling because I didn't want to do anything. And that sounds like toxic, low key. But some people could function like that. Some people even function better. And I don't know how they do it, honestly. Like I think they just did it too much, and then it became they got accustomed to. I don't know.
What do you think about the reliance on, the substance in order to be a better person? Like, what's your take on how some people function better with it? Like, do you think that's a good thing? Like, is it active self-care when you're smoking pot if it
think
makes you better?
it's a neutral thing. I don't see it
To each
really
their
as a
own?
good. Yes, it's not really a good thing, but it's not really a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's a
It has so many positive,
debatable
situation. Yeah.
I don't know that it's true, but I recently read I think even today or yesterday I read smoking weed is bad for your heart. Is that true?
I have no idea. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, I'm
But
not a doctor either, so I wouldn't know.
It's quite a topic.
But I guess if that's part of self-care, then I guess you can do it, right?
It can be part of your routine for sure. If you're doing it daily, fuck it. Why not? But
Self-care. But then is that really self-care?
How-
Because any type of smoke you inhale is bad.
how would you compare smoking pot to drinking beer?
Okay, I feel like drinking beer is worse. Because look, you drink beer, for one, you turn into a different person. Like if you consume enough of it, you turn into a different person, right? Two, you get a belly gut. I see so many people with a belly gut. Oh my gosh! I'm glad we brought this up. So I see people working every day, and then it's funny because they'll go to work, and then around 5 o'clock when everybody gets off work, they go straight to the liquor store and get a beer. Swear to God, I can't make this up.
Yeah.
And then I see the big bellies, and I just see that I'm like, I don't want a big belly, so therefore I'm not going to drink. Yeah, I mean, I'll do it super occasionally. Some people might think I'm lame for it, but a lot of people don't even drink like that. I feel like girls mostly drink like that.
I think right now that you said a lot of people will think I'm lame for it, it is important for anybody listening not to take anyone's opinion into consideration when it comes
I
to
shouldn't even
yourself.
care.
You shouldn't care. Fuck them. You're healthy as shit, man. You're fucking fit. You're ripped. You're fucking working out every day. Before I came here, you were at the gym, weren't you?
Yep, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. It's just people make it. It's just I blame society for a lot of people's problems. It's just society has this outlook on life on this is how it's supposed to be. Dude, I told people before no, they come up to me, they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, dude, you're a drinker, you're a smoker? And I'm like, I don't do anything. And then they're like, oh, well, what do you do? Pop pills? And then I was like, I don't do anything. Oh man, so you're a square. You're a nice guy. You don't like. I'm not saying I'm a square or whatever, but like I just don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people are reliant on substance in order to have a good time. Like you can you just naturally be vibrant and
Yeah, because
have a
like
good time?
me
Shit.
personally, I'm naturally high off life. I never needed any of that. Literally, I swear to God, I cannot make this up. I never needed any of that to have a good time. It's just people like they can't do anything without either smoking or drinking. Like they were like, "Oh, I'm about to eat. I can't eat though because I gotta smoke first." Or I'm about to run. Oh, I can't run because I gotta smoke first.
That's weird.
Or I can't play the game because I gotta go smoke first.
That's weird.
Yeah, man. That's when it becomes a huge issue.
At least for me, with the way that I would drink, it wasn't something that I was reliant on. I didn't feel like, oh, I needed a drink in order to do this or to do that. It was just like, fuck it. Well, I don't have shit to do right now. I don't have anything important going on. It's my free time in the day. Let me drink a beer.
Yeah.
I work a 9 to 5, so it's like, all right.
You feel like you deserved it.
Yeah.
But is that false rewarding everybody?
Yeah, it's a terrible reward system.
That's false rewarding.
Yeah. What it does, it releases the endorphins. Don't get me wrong. I would drink my beer and I would feel relaxed. That's the start of my kickback time.
Yeah, but there's other things you could replace that with.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
oh my gosh. So last night, I was so stressed out. My body was like sore. You know, it was just like all cramped up. And then like what I do, I don't smoke. I don't drink. The first thing that came to my head was I'm gonna go to my room, I'm gonna put my yoga mat down and meditate, and then ultimately lead that into doing yoga. And it worked, dude. I did it for like an hour, and then oh my gosh, my body felt so good. I felt like running like 50 miles after that. And that's something you can do, because like whenever there's an issue or something I don't like, I just like let me sit in my avatar state and then just and it worked, dude. See, if like people could replace it with like good habits like that, like see, like I don't know, I just like replacing bad habits with good habits. Like drinking's a bad habit, but I can replace that with drinking water. That's a habit too, but that's a good habit.
That's what I've been doing. It's
a good habit,
and it works. You know, I've seen research behind nicotine smokers, and one of the things that they were really used to was not so much the inhaling the tobacco. It was having their hand up, and their two fingers with something in between their fingers and putting it to their mouth. That was, the physical habit is, reaching in, grabbing the little stick, putting it between your fingers and,
Damn, that's crazy.
then like straight to your
See,
mouth.
that's what I'm saying, dude. I don't want to get hooked on anything. That just it's a very bad look. I'm sorry. There's just no good, positive anything coming out of doing that.
Yeah, and like the same way that like I was pretty used to holding a beer in my hand. I was like, well, fuck it. It's just drinking something. It's the action of picking that up, putting it to your mouth, drinking it, smoking it, whatever, So I've been replacing.
Why do people need that action? Why do you think?
It's as far as the research goes, it's like somewhere between like 21 to 30 days. Once you do that for a certain amount of time, it becomes a habit, right? So it's just like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Or, it's a force of habit after a certain time. If you make it a habit, it's just going to happen. It's going to happen naturally. It's going to be second nature. You're not going to think about it, and you're just going to do it.
Second nature, that's crazy.
Subconsciously.
Yeah. Okay, so back to when I was talking about earlier how I was smoking every day last year. I was smoking like right before I go to bed type shit. Like I'll pack a bowl or I'll have a joint or whatever. Then I'll go smoke it because it made me feel good. It's like, that was like my safe zone. Like I had a fucking shitty, crazy day. And then once I smoked that, all my problems just go away. And then I kept doing it and kept doing it, and like how you said, muscle memory, and then my body just started getting used to it. So when I didn't have it, it's just, I was panicking. I'm like, damn, dude, where the fuck's my weed? Like, how the fuck am I going to go to sleep? Like, I need to get to my safe zone. And like, once I realized that, that's like fiend type shit. And I don't want to become anything like that. And once I realized that, I was just like, man, I need to put this up. Like, I don't need to be doing this anymore.
The way I see it is like I feel like I've become less productive. I've spoken to you about it. I have a certain set of dreams, goals, plans, things that I really want to make a reality.
You said you're less productive because of
Drinking.
Yeah,
I
can
it
agree.
makes me way less productive. So, like, look, it fucks with your sleep. You get a less deep, profound sleep when you drink. You know, studies show that. And I still drink anyway. After work, right before going to bed, fuck it, whatever time it is. Sometimes, because, you know, we're working from home,
Yeah.
I'll be on my computer and I'll have a beer while I'm, you know, doing my work. I'm in my pad. You know, I'm not gonna present myself to anybody.
That's just crazy because we don't grow up like this. Like, when I knew you when we were younger, we weren't drinking.
Yeah, definitely not. It's something that, you know, you become exposed to, and I don't know, just accept it as a reality.
Okay, because this is the way how I see it. I want to better my life in every aspect. And I feel like if I put any of those negative things, it's going to slow me down. And then the main thing, there's no benefit from it. There's no benefit from drinking besides feeling good for X amount of time. But then after that, it's all downhill from that. From there. And then that's something you can replace too. You don't need to do that in order to be good.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where you don't think about the long run. It's what's that called? Like an immediate reward.
A reward system, false rewarding. I don't know. What immediate?
There's
reward?
a term for it. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But you know, it's instant gratification.
Yeah, instant
there you go,
gratification.
instant gratification. So it's like, it's one of those things for me, and I feel like personally, I am a very future-oriented person.
Mind over matter, people.
Yeah, mind over matter all the fucking way. Last year, around this time, I was feeling good about myself. My body was
Because you weren't drinking.
Yeah, last year I wasn't drinking at all.
And you were taking care of your body.
I was actively taking care of my body.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to feel like that all the time. That's what I'm saying.
You don't. I've become lethargic. My muscles have gotten a little soft, you know? I don't feel as sexy and confident as before. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those things.
Oh my gosh.
It takes a toll in the long run.
I didn't go to the gym for a couple of days and I felt so sluggish and I felt really bad about myself. I feel like, okay, so people get depressed if they don't do self-care.
Yeah.
And you need to do things as far as eating, working out, working on goals, because that makes you feel good, right? Like, just knowing you're working on your goals and you're getting to your destination.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what does a day in the life of Ishmael look like? When you wake up, do you have a routine set up?
I have a routine set up.
Break it down just a little bit.
Okay, so what do I do? Okay, so my alarm goes off at 4:45 a.m. every morning. And the first thing I do is go to the shower. And then after the shower, I just get ready.
Hold on. Do you take a cold shower? Is it like hot water?
I did for a second, but I stopped doing that because that was too gnarly for me. Hey, but it worked really good. Like, it oh my gosh. Like, there's so many good benefits from cold showers. Don't even get me started. But, like, I was doing it for quite a bit, but I just got over it.
All right,
I mean, I do want
shower?
to, but yeah. After the shower, I just play my music, play some good tunes. Oh yeah, play some good tunes. I don't know, I've been playing like a lot of Nirvana lately, and it's just been like hyping me up. So yeah, I get ready and then I just go to work. I do my little 10 hours of work, and it's cool because like once you have goals and stuff that you set while you're working, it's just like I'm just happy working because like I know where I'm going in the future. Like, I don't know, you have to make goals. You have to constantly make goals because if you don't make goals, then you're just wandering planet Earth without a purpose, and then you just feel really shitty about yourself.
I saw this thing on Instagram recently that said, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by action becomes reality. So, like, you know, plan, man. Make some fucking plans throughout the day.
Oh,
you know.
So I have a scripting journal.
Yeah.
And I write all the things I want in life in there, and I read it to myself. I say almost every morning and almost every night. Like for example, I'll be like, I'll write it in like present or past tense, not future tense, because you want to have it as something that you kind of already acquired.
Yeah.
Or that's something that's already here, and then you just say it to yourself all the time. Like for example, like I own a nice Porsche 911 GT3, or I have the most beautiful girlfriend, and then you just read those. I guess you can call them affirmations.
Yeah, affirmations.
Yeah, you just read them to yourself, and then you just keep reading it and reading it every day, every night, until, like how you said, it becomes your reality.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm happy. I'm smiling.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you spoke it into the universe. Like, you saying, like, okay, so whenever someone tells me, hey, how you doing? I tell them, I kid you not, I say this every time. I say, I'm very good. Life's good. I cannot complain. And I just keep saying that, and I keep saying that. And the more I keep saying that, the more I keep believing that. And I'm tricking my self-consciousness. And I inevitably end up believing that, and then that becomes my reality.
That's powerful stuff, dude.
Dude, oh man.
Hold on. Just so that we don't get off topic here, because I feel like we're bouncing off a little bit already.
Nah, this leads to self-care.
What about your routine though?
Yeah, so I'm just working, and I'm just happy working because I know where I'm headed, and after I'm done working, I'll go straight to the gym. I do the gym like probably 3 or 4 times out the week for about an hour, and then I'm just burning off all the steam, like because I'm a human being, so you have many emotions, and like one of the emotions is being angry or upset, and then I just go like lift some weights and get all my anger out, and just like and then when I come out, everything's just all cool. And then depending on like how I feel, I'll do some yoga in the night, because like if you're sitting in the constant spot, and this is for everybody that sits while working or whatever, if you're like in the same constant position for more than an hour or two, you want to do like a little bit of yoga to stretch your body and get some oxygen into your muscles and spread everything, because you don't want to get all cracked up like a raisin, because that's ultimately what happens. That's like literally the same thing what happens to a raisin.
Yeah. Do you do any like workouts or stretches in the morning before you get your day going? Just
sometimes it depends on how I feel. Like if my body's feeling like kind of like all cramped up like a raisin, then I'll do like at least 15 minutes of yoga. But sometimes in the morning I do like meditate. I just take in a deep breath, and I highly recommend everybody just sit down. Like I don't know if anybody watches Avatar: The Last Airbender, but sit down like how the monks do, and then just breathe, follow your breath, and don't think about really anything and block everything out. Like you're gonna think about other stuff, but it's okay because that's part of yoga or whatever. But just ultimately come back to it. It's really cool. Like I love it. I've been doing it for 2 years, and I highly recommend everybody do it, because it's like the best thing, and like it's a good habit to get into, because like some people smoke, drink when they're trying to escape life. Well, I just do yoga, and that's something actually good for your body, because there's many benefits from that. It releases stress, anxiety. It makes your body feel a whole lot better physically. Man, there's too many benefits from this. Come on now.
Yeah, like I feel like people do some of these things, but they don't do it with an active awareness that like I want to better myself. I want self-care to become part of my routine.
Yeah, why don't people want to better themselves? Because like I'm all about bettering myself. Like if there's something that's gonna benefit me and take me to the next level, then I'm gonna take part in it.
Comfort.
Oh, they're comfortable.
They're fucking comfortable. They've become complacent. We have way too much access to technology. We have way too much access to beer and weed and just a lot of shit. Netflix, Hulu. You can easily kick back and watch something entertaining. You can get comfortable easily.
Damn, that's true.
In the United States,
especially in the United States, oh my
it's
gosh,
so easy to get comfortable.
Yeah, they say this is the most obese country in the entire world, and it is, because like I've been to other countries and they don't have damn near as much sugar as they do here in America. Like we got all the sweets over here.
I saw recently that Spain had like the healthiest people like in the world or something. I think it was Spain, because of like their Mediterranean style diet, like all the herbs and spices and shit like that goes into what they consume. It's not present here. What we consume is salt and fat and shit like that. You know,
it's a norm here in America too.
It's cheaper to buy.
It's cheaper and it's a norm.
than it is to, buy food.
Buying healthy food is expensive, bro.
Yeah, it is.
That's why you gotta step your game up so you can buy healthy food.
Yeah. And
That
it's
kinda makes me
unfortunate
sad.
that people that are in a lower situation, that's
the reality, and that's what they've become
what they're
accustomed
confined
to.
to. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, it kind of makes me feel bad, but like
What kind of steps do you think people in that position that can't really afford
that they should start taking.
Yeah, like as far as self-care goes, like what do you think they can do to take more active steps to self-care if, diet and monetary things are kind of out of the picture?
The first thing they need to do is invest in themselves. They need to start reading books. They need to, pick up their intellect, find a better job, start making more money, like really grind and make moves, because it's hard out here. And I know it's harder for like the people that's more so on the bottom that don't have access to all this, because one, that's all they know. Yeah. Two, they don't have the money for it.
It's hard out here, man.
It's
hard out here for a pimp.
Literally.
Nah, man, it's really tough. Like I've seen, like firsthand, people with that kind of struggle. Like they can't, and their sort of outlook on the matter is, I can't afford to take care of myself the way I would like to.
The first step is courage. If you want to change your life, you got to have courage.
Yeah.
And
change your mindset?
Yeah, you got to change everything, because people, they want different results, but with the same actions. Yeah. And that blows my mind every time. Like me, like I don't know. I just, like, I kind of turned into a beast lately, but there was so many actions I had to change. I had to change the way I eat. What did Tupac say? That song changes. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we act. Let's change the way how we treat each other.
Yeah.
But no, it is true.
Yeah, it's very true.
Real talk. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that needs to come first before all these changes or whatever. It's in your everyday routine though.
Yeah.
You got to change like the littlest things, but it takes time to get there. But first of all, the first step is you have to realize it's a situation and it's your reality. You have to what's the term for that?
For what?
Like, okay, so when you go to like let's say you have an addiction, they say like the first step is knowing you got the addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge it's a problem.
That's you see, for me, let me rewind about a year. A year ago, I was feeling good. Like I said earlier, I was nice and healthy. I was taking active steps to better myself. Mm-hmm. But before taking those active steps, I fell into somewhat of a depression. I was drinking a lot before that too. I was not necessarily thinking about my future. I wasn't taking any steps towards being productive or being healthy. Yeah. Self-care, everything. I wasn't doing any of that. Then I started I had a leg pain, a constant leg pain, and I have no idea what it was. I started stretching every day. I started going for a run. After, I started feeling sort of stamina, like I could run for a bit. I started, working out, doing some weights. I started getting comfortable with just building more mass along with building the stamina.
And you felt good about it, right?
I felt good about it. Not only that, but after that workout was done, the only thing I could think about was how the fuck can I make more money? I want some money, man. I don't want to just be good looking and broke. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I started taking really, really active steps towards just being a better person. And one of the
that's where I'm at nowadays.
One of the main things that it took was acknowledging that I was in a bad place and I didn't want to be there anymore. Yeah. And that's, people are so comfortable that they don't care. And even if they do care, they just sit there and think, oh, all right, fuck, this sucks.
You know what's a toxic trait? People like to play victim.
Yeah.
And that's totally the opposite of self-care. You cannot play victim. People do not do it. Everybody's had a rough life. Everybody has their own demons in the closet, or skeletons or whatever they need to deal with. Do not play the victim, because there's literally no good that comes from that. And once you play victim, you just throw your reality into the universe, and then it becomes even more of your reality.
You can always take steps towards feeling better.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn, that's crazy. People do play victim, man, all the time. They're like, oh, well, I didn't grow up with this, or, you know, I never had this before, so, like, dude, shut up. Everybody has their own problem.
Can I ask you, how often do you find yourself in a negative state of mind, given the way that everything in the world is right now, and, you know, the way that most people might find themselves? I feel like it's 2020. Mm-hmm. Everyone is like going through.
Oh
like,
man, it's
COVID,
a crazy year.
It's crazy
Coronavirus.
Year, you know? So how often do you find yourself in a negative state of mind, and how often do you think everyone else sees things
honestly
negatively?
I would say last year I was like the most upset, depressed person, but it took something significant in my life to happen for this change to come, and for me to acknowledge everything and take a step back and reanalyze my situation. And then, I don't know, just started going hard. And I think that's what it takes for a lot of people, though. It takes something critical in their lives for a change to happen. But those moments are building blocks, though.
Yeah.
What don't break you, make you, boo. Check yourself.
And it's okay. It's definitely fine to hit a rock bottom.
Dude,
you know?
oh my dude, I've been at the lowest of dude, I was literally the person that hated my life. Like, I tell everybody, like, my life's shit, my life's whack. And now I'm just in love with my life, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I just been having gratitude for, like, the little things. I'm like, you know, I woke up today, I got 2 arms, I got 2 eyes, I live in America, I drive a car.
And you know what? It's okay not to be where you want to be, as long as you know you're working towards it. As long as you know you're pushing, fuck, man, if you're pushing, you're only getting stronger.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
there's I think they say, like, if you live in the future, you're too anxious, and if you live in the past, you're upset about something, but something along those lines. But pretty much, if you live in the present, then you're at peace. And I feel like I've been living in the present lately, because I always used to live in the past and the future, and, like, now I'm at the present, and like I said, when you're in the present, you're at peace. Yeah. And that's how I feel. It's an awesome feeling, man. Yeah. It took a long time to I guess say master this feeling, but it's beautiful, man. Love yourself, people. I barely figured out how to love myself like a couple months ago, like 4 months ago, and it's like the same kind of love you have for your significant other. Like, you know, when you're just like, man, I really love this person. Like, I really have feelings towards this person. Well, that's the kind of self-love I have towards myself. And it feels really good.
Self-love is part of self-care.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, you know, we have our mental aspects of self-care that we talked about. Like, you know, you wake up, you get that blood flow, you get the workout done at a certain time of the day. That's your physical. You got to take care of that. Your emotional, you watch who you surround yourself with.
Oh man, dude, because there's some people that just suck. They say nothing but pessimistic shit all the time.
Yeah, and it takes a toll on you.
Yeah, and then you absorb all that energy too. And I'm like, dude, I don't want your fucking energy, bitch.
Yeah, man, fuck that shit. It's I don't know.
Have you ever found yourself absorbing someone's energy, like just their bad energy?
Yeah. It doesn't even happen in that moment. It'll be like
it hits you later.
It hits you later. Like you'll be doing something, and then you'll catch yourself doing something that they do, and it'll be like, fuck, you know?
Yeah, that's funny.
This isn't who I want to be, you know?
Yeah.
It's really crazy. I don't know if you have seen an episode of Rick and Morty, where like he separates himself from his toxic self.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. What happens?
One of them becomes like a much better person, and the other one is just like, well, you know,
a pessimistic person, pretty much.
Huh?
A pessimistic person.
No, a very positive person. Did I say pessimistic?
No. You said one becomes a positive person, and the other one's what, pessimistic?
No. He doesn't become pessimistic. He becomes like, he's fucking smart. I'm guessing you don't watch Rick and Morty.
Not like that. I have watched a couple episodes.
All right. Well,
I don't got the time. I wish I could watch it though. It's a cool show.
I've been watching a lot with my girlfriend lately, and she had seen it before. What happened?
Must be nice. No, I'm just kidding. It's cool to be single, everybody. I've been single for not a long time, like a year, and it's been honestly a really good. Like I was looking at it in a bad manner, and this is from like my single people out there. Just work on yourself, people. Handle your business. Do what you got to do. Self-care. You know, really grow during these times, and then just be ready for whenever your blessing decides to come, so you can receive it.
Yeah. Don't allow loneliness to be a factor into jumping into a new relationship. Get into a new relationship when you find someone that will help you be a better person.
Yeah, make sure you love yourself too before you love someone else.
Definitely.
Yeah, back to your Rick and Morty.
Well, in this episode, he one of them becomes a much better person. He becomes like successful. He figures out the things that he does and doesn't like. You know, he's just all about being great. You know, he even gets himself a really hot girlfriend and shit just because he's the fucking man. And the other one, he's really fucking smart. You know, for those people that don't watch Rick and Morty, he's just really fucking smart, and he ultimately decides in life, you know, we need a balance. I need that toxic part of myself to check myself sometimes. You know, that's who I am. Like that part of me is me, and I need to be okay with the fact that I have this. You know. Yeah,
I guess that does sound very smart, actually.
Yeah, and the duality of man. You know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I'm not sure if I spoke about this with you in a different time that, you know, might come up, you know, for listeners or not. But
are you gonna say about the man and the centaur?
Yeah, the centaur.
Yeah, go ahead and explain that. It sounds good.
The duality of man. It's like there's a centaur in Greek mythology, I believe. His name is Chiron, and you know, he basically teaches like other great, you know, characters in Greek mythology,
right?
How and when to be good and when to, you know, strike with an iron fist. It's and that's what makes them such great leaders. I think it's Achilles and Hercules. I'm not really sure on who it is. I don't remember, but you know, I do remember reading about it at one point, and you got to know when to balance those two things. When to be a beast and when to be a fucking man.
A centaur, and a centaur is
a genuine human being, not just man. For those people listening, just
a centaur is a half man, half horse.
Yeah, he's a half man, half horse,
and that's where you get
the half man, half beast.
Yeah,
you know, you have the sentient being and then just the animal, and you know,
have a balance.
Yeah, you gotta have that balance. That's a part of self-care too. Don't be an asshole unless you need to be, and if you know you are, acknowledge it and stop being a fucking douche
bag
unless you need to be.
Okay, so what steps can we take for self-care, or what would you recommend?
First of all, I recommend analyzing yourself. Acknowledge your faults. Be aware of who you are, you know?
True.
Be very aware of who you are, and change doesn't happen, you know, overnight. It's everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But as long as
gotta be persistent.
As long as you maintain some persistence. I mentioned this early in the podcast too. It ranges somewhere between like 20 to 30 days, where if you maintain you know, a certain action, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
If you start just stretching in the morning as soon as you wake up. I saw somewhere recently that
dude, my yoga's starting to become a habit because I've been doing it consistent. And I like how I go to it when I just have a problem or an issue, because that's a really good thing to go to.
That promotes oxygen in the body, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's fucking good for you. You know, do it sometimes.
Damn, I'm happy.
But like,
see, this is why I'm so happy. I just got so many good traits. I'm not being cocky here or bragging, but you know, this is why we're making this podcast, to bring awareness.
No, I can vouch for Ishmael. Like, shit. Since I've known him, I've seen a drastic change in this guy. he's
Everybody
fucking
does say
motivated,
that.
he's working out, and he's hustling. This is the kind of person I want to surround myself with. This guy's going
Everybody
places.
says that too. No, I mean, dude, like I took a step back and I analyzed the situation, and like I really know what I want out of life. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I've spoken to you about it. I know exactly what I want out of life. And one of the issues holding me back is my drinking. Cutting that shit out. I've done it before. And
just take your time with it. You know how
just take your time with it.
Some people, I think they like if they do it every day. Okay, we'll do it every 2 days, and then every 3 days, or once a week, and then once every 2 weeks, and then boom.
I think that's how it started too.
Bro.
Shit, the very first time we spoke about this, I think it was somewhere about a month ago, where like I was legit drinking every day. I had a beer when I was here too.
You were.
Shit, I grabbed a beer from your
You
fridge.
got one of my beers.
Yeah.
I don't even drink.
I grabbed a beer from your fridge and fucking drank that shit like it was water. And like
I think you even took two too.
I probably did. Yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah, we don't really drink. My brother brought those in. We don't even drink around here.
And they were tall cans, so it's like double the beer. Yeah, and just
legit. If you didn't drink those, they would still be here probably. Okay.
I got my water right here.
Oh, hey, that's cool. You got water right there.
Carry it with me as much as I can, because it's like, all right, well.
Yeah, see, there you go. Oh, drink water, people. That's a huge self-care step you guys can take. I just drink water for the most. I gave up soda, probably when I turned 19 or 20, one of those, because, there's no benefit from it. You can't even really drink it all the way without it hurting your fucking throat. That's why I don't drink that shit. All that gas. And then your mouth's all, icky and sticky, and you spit comes out, kind of loogish. And it's just that's doing too much. I'd just rather drink the water.
I think...
And you're not even as hydrated as you would be with water.
For me, drinking was, really one of my only issues. And I'm not trying to sound conceited here, but I feel like I'm a great fucking person. I'm motivated.
I don't see no other bad
habits. I have a great personality.
Besides drinking.
But drinking is a fucking chain reaction, dude. You start to drink, you get comfortable, you turn on the TV, you get the Xbox going, something,
I just never wanted to be
and then you just get kind of lazy. After you're drinking, you're like, fuck, I don't want to work out anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to go for a fucking run. I just drank a beer.
Yeah.
And you wake up the next morning, you're kind of groggy.
Yeah.
So it's a chain reaction. Little things have that, domino effect. So getting back to what I was talking about earlier though, I saw a thing recently where it said something about billionaires, they wake up at 4 a.m. every day, and you mentioned earlier that you wake up at 4:30. And it's just a great time
in the morning.
First of all, get yourself into falling asleep early and waking up early. The early bird gets the worm, and on top of that, when you do that, you're more in touch with the circadian rhythm. The ebb and flow of the sun and the moon, the way the sun comes up and the moon comes up.
Dude, I'd be happy to get up that early. I'd be
you're more productive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're doing anti self-care, you got all these bad habits and traits, you don't want to wake up. You want to stay in your bed all day because life isn't going too good.
Yeah.
But once you start taking these steps, these self-cares, whatever, you start doing good, you're gonna want to wake up early. You can't wait to wake up in the morning. Because I've been there where I didn't want to wake up. It's just my day's gonna be shitty anyways. What am I gonna wake up for?
Absolute trash.
I guess it's time to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But if you take these steps, self-care steps, and then you start applying, and you start seeing really good benefits, you're going to want to wake up early in the morning. It's really good. I'm happy to wake up every morning. I'd be like, let's get it, come on.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Put it to the test. Anyone out there listening, put it to the fucking test. Try going to sleep early, somewhere around 10. Wake up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Get your fucking day going.
Yeah.
Let your thoughts process it. Don't look at your phone first thing in the morning. Don't do that.
Unless you're looking at the time or you're turning off the alarm, but yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe drink some tea, do a little bit of exercise, and then go about your fucking day.
Okay, so the first thing that I guess they say what you're supposed to do, and I do it too, you drink water first thing when you wake up.
About a cup or two.
Yeah, or just anything you can, because like if you drink water like right when you wake up, it like hydrates your body and it wakes you up.
Yeah, it's really good for your digestion.
Yeah,
too.
it gets the day started pretty much. Just don't drink no other shit. Like make sure it's water. If you really want to go hard, drink lemon water, because I think that takes all bad. It flushes out like bad toxins in your body. Yeah, just lemon water.
For those of you that don't know, I'm not a scientist, by the way. Don't fucking quote me. I didn't write these fucking articles. I read recently that there are so many like neurons in your gut that like scientists are really considering the stomach area, like all your guts and shit, to be like a second brain.
For real?
Yeah, it's a second brain. It has like a mind of its own.
Yeah.
You know, so you wake up in the morning. One of the first things you want to feed yourself is water. You got to lubricate that shit. You know, you got to get the engine going. Got to fucking release all the negative shit, and just promote that kind of stuff within yourself. You know.
Yeah. And just make sure you get as much sleep as you can. 'Cause sometimes I find myself getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep sometimes. I mean, they say you really only need 6, but I guess it varies for different people.
I feel like that is really dependent on what you eat. You know, if you fuel yourself with the right nutrients and the right stuff, you can get by with 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If you're eating like, if you have a solid routine where like it's really healthy, but your diet is shit, you're still gonna need like 8 hours, because it's like putting fucking diesel in a regular gas car. You know, it's not
to an extent.
It's not gonna work.
To an extent. Yeah. Also look for opportunities to laugh. People.
Laughter is huge.
Laughter plays a big part. Me personally, I mean, I don't have the time, but when I do have the time, I like to hang around funny people and crack jokes. Sometimes I like to occasionally roast people because it brightens my day. So whatever works for you, I don't know.
Yeah, find ways, you know, whether it's watching some comedy or some shit, but like me, I haven't had like a really good laugh where my stomach hurts like that in a really long time, man. I miss that shit. I fucking miss that shit.
Oh man, yeah, that's what I'm grinding for.
Yeah. Surround yourself, work so much that like you can have so much leisure that you can surround yourself with whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give the internet definition of what self-care is. It says right here, self-care is an activity that we do deliberately in order to take care of our mental, emotional, and physical health.
Yeah.
So whatever steps you guys got to take, I know we mentioned doing yoga, drinking water, getting your sleep, have positive affirmations, look for opportunities to laugh. You can also spend time with loved ones and just take on really positive, beneficial traits and try to replace your bad ones with the good ones. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say before we let go?
I don't know, man. Let people know. Get on your Instagram and leave some comments on this post.
On the Just Life Podcast,
Yeah, on the Just
everybody.
Life- yeah, Just Life
You can
Podcast.
follow us at Just Life Podcast on Instagram.
Leave some suggestions for, you know, what their perspective is on self-care.
Yeah, but yeah, I just felt like I needed to go over this situation with my buddy Eric because I see a whole lot of anti-self-care going on nowadays. And people like to be negative as fuck when we're trying to promote positivity. So, yeah, just bringing in awareness.
Yeah, and I'm not the best example for self-care. You know, Ishmael is a great fucking example, you know. But at least I'm working on it. And who knows, maybe in another podcast, I'll update you guys on how I'm doing.
For sure. So, if you guys made it to the end of the podcast, truly appreciate you guys. And I'll go ahead and see you guys next podcast. I do post every Monday. And again, I appreciate you guys for listening. See you later.
Peace out, everybody.